Greetings, Texas history class. Today we are reviewing the quest of annexation for Texas. To begin, annexation is the formal joining one political region to another, so basically one country joining another. Talks of annexation began under Houston's first term, who sought statehood from the U.S. to help reduce their problems of debt, border disputes, and other issues. Upon seeking foreign recognition, the United States was very hesitant to even recognize the independence of the Republic of Texas, because President Andrew Jackson warned Congress that acknowledging Texas as a country might anger Mexico and lead to war, and war is always the last thing the U.S. wants to do. Another obstacle was the topic of slavery. At this time, the U.S. became divided on the issue. The northern states were anti-slavery, whereas the South was very much so pro-slavery. If Texas was admitted into the U.S., it would join as a massive slave state, thus angering the North, making them not want to admit Texas. To make matters worse, Jackson sent down Henry Morfitt to Texas to report on the Republic's conditions. His findings were very dim. Morfitt noticed that the population of Texas was too small and they had acquired too much debt, as well as having an extremely powerful enemy, Mexico. However, by 1837, the U.S. finally recognized Texas, and 2 years later, in 1839, France became the first European country to acknowledge Texas and its independence. The reason for European countries in recognizing Texas was more of an act of self-preservation, aka selfish ambitions. France and Britain both feared that if Texas and Mexico went to war again, the U.S. would annex Texas and then become even bigger and more powerful than ever with the admission of Texas. In addition, France and Britain spent time with Mexico pushing them to recognize Texas as a country again, with hopes of slowing down the chance of the U.S. annexing Texas. On the opposing side, the U.S. saw the European countries' aid as a threat to their plan of manifest destiny by expanding their borders westward. Yet, with the increase of European presence in Texas, the U.S. President Tyler began to reconsider the process of annexation for Texas. In 1844, Anson Jones was elected president of the Republic of Texas, who, like Houston, favored annexation to the U.S. He first attempted to seek peaceful recognition from Texas one last time before opening the polls up to the Texans on whether or not they wanted to remain independent or seek statehood from the U.S. With an overwhelming majority of pro-annexation, Jones and Tyler looked for ways to obtain the annexation of Texas by first admitting it as a territory, under the conditions that the U.S. would absorb Texas' debt in exchange for all of Texas' public land, which would be given to the federal government. However, the treaty to annex Texas was shot down within only 3 weeks. Well, that's all for now, class. Please stay tuned for next week to learn the final fate of Texas on whether or not it will enter into the United States or not.